Hello everyone, it's Alan at P&I Training, and in this little video I'm going to tell you the story and show you a few locations from one of my favourite ever comedians, Mr. Benny Hill. Alfred Hawthorne Hill, better known as Benny to most of us, was born on the 21st of January 1924 on Bridge Street, which is down in the city centre of Southampton, but spent most of his time growing up in the Shirley area of Southampton. As Benny was growing up in the Shirley area, he spent most of his time living here at number 22 West Row Gardens. We ever heard that before? At number 22. While growing up in the Shirley area, Benny first came to school at Shirley Infant School before moving on to Shirley Junior School. After Shirley Junior, Benny accepted a place at Taunton College, which incidentally is just off a street called Hill Lane. When he left school, Benny went off to work at Woolworths, where he started working as a milkman. He later went on to get involved in kind of local productions and ended up being a kind of a stage manager and going out on tour. In 1942, Benny was called up to the British Army to do his bit for the war. He joined as a mechanic and he saw live action in Normandy. And then in 1944, he joined the Entertainment Corps, which I think for Benny would have been probably a bit better. I couldn't see him firing guns at Germans, but he was following in the footsteps of his dad and his granddad, who had been performing clowns. And maybe that's where he got a little bit of his show from. During the war, Benny had got a bit of a taste for the acting, being in the Entertainment Corps. And when he came back to Civvy Street, he decided to have a go to see if he would make something of it. And he couldn't quite find his medium. He got some little bits of work doing stage and a little bit doing radio, but it didn't quite work out. And then in the 1950s, he started getting some roles on TV shows playing different characters. After getting some parts on TV shows doing different characters, Benny started writing for his own sketches playing different characters. And in 1955, he was offered the opportunity to put the sketches together into what was to become known as the Benny Hill Show. The first episode went out in 1955 and ran until 1989, and the rest's history. It became one of the most popular comedies in the world, being shown in over 100 countries. Benny also did some other roles in between, such as taking parts in films and stuff like that. Benny's show really started to take off. And of course he had to leave Southampton because all the TV companies were in London. So from 1960 to 1986, Benny was living in Queensgate in Kensington. But it's often said he would come back to Southampton to visit his mum, and he would find his favourite bench in Southampton Common and have a few sandwiches and chat to the locals. After being away from Kensington for a couple of years, Benny moved to Teddington. And it was to be his last house move, because in 1992, at the age of just 68, Benny was found dead in his armchair from heart failure. Benny's love of his hometown of Southampton never left him, and after his death in 1992, he was brought back to Southampton to Hollybrook Cemetery, where he was laid to rest. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed that story and location visit of the English comic genius known as Mr. Benny Hill. Thanks for checking in, and I'll see you next time.